Now we want to take a look at the forecast and meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Well, we're seeing more rain start to move in, but it's not everyone that sees it. In fact, most of this right now is north of the I-40 corridor near Caldwell and Burke County. The reason why we saw less activity overall today is because the low pressure system, that stalled cold front, is shifting away from us. So yesterday the rain was moving south to north. Now it's moving southwest to northeast, and we'll see that shift even more so heading into Wednesday, which is going to be our last very rainy day that we'll see this week. Every single day as we get closer to the end of the week, heading into the weekend, rain chances get lower and lower. Here's Doppler right now. You can actually see some heavy pockets of rain shifting into southern Burke County, a few lightning strikes as well. It's not a strong storm, but we do have some pockets of heavy rain, a little bit of lightning action. So just remember, when thunder roars, move indoors. If you see the lightning or you hear the thunder, you got to head inside. You're close enough to potentially be struck. Remember, we talk about this all the time, but 20 to 30 miles from the center of a parent thunderstorm can lightning strike. So even if it's sunny outside, you can see that lightning strike. And a recent study that came out says that the longest lightning strike ever from the parent thunderstorm that the data did find was 500 miles. Now, that's very, very rare, but hey, it just kind of takes into perspective how serious of a matter this can be. So again, lightning, of course, thunder, make sure you're heading inside. If it's just light rain, not as much of a concern, but we are going to see more light areas of rain through Wednesday morning. By the afternoon, we get a break, especially if you're south of the I-85 corridor. And then Wednesday late really starts a trend of more sunshine. So we'll start off with rain in the morning, more sunshine in the afternoon, and then our first typical day that's a little bit closer to summertime, that comes on Thursday. Well, we'll see a drier start, afternoon pop-up storms, and temperatures back to near 90 degrees. So if we had any kind of gusty wind, stormy days, that would definitely be both Thursday and Friday as we return to a more typical summertime pattern. But the heavy rain that we had last week over the weekend on Monday, again, is going to be lesser every single day. In fact, additional rainfall totals at a maximum, probably between 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. So we are going to be watching, especially the mountains and foothills tomorrow, for best chances for rain. But when it comes to flooding, other than localized areas, not something I'm worried about. High temperatures are going to return again close to 90 degrees starting Thursday, and then that more typical summertime pattern is expected to last all the way through the weekend and into early next week. And of course, that's normal for August. And something else that is normal for August is, of course, tracking tropical cyclones. Tropical storm Erin still continues to churn thousands of miles away from the United States. And when I say thousands, I really do mean thousands. It's between about 2,500 and 3,000 miles away, depending, I guess, on where exactly they live. California, of course, further away than us here in Charlotte. But behind Erin, there's actually multiple tropical waves that we'll be watching very, very closely as they emerge off the coast over the next few weeks. Again, it's that time of the year. This is very normal. About 87% of our tropical activity happens after August 1st. And Erin is expected to take that trek toward the west and still expecting that trek to the north and northeast eventually. About 80 to 85% of storms that develop this far east, well over toward Africa, do eventually curve out to sea. And it has everything to do with the Bermuda High. As it weakens, it allows for a path toward the north. And it's a lot of information, a lot of tiny little things that we can talk about as to changes and things like that. Of course, it's a really good reason why we have live weather impacts, so we can go a little bit deeper into the forecast and talk a little bit more so about why we expect X, Y, and Z to happen. I know especially during tropical season, after Helene, many people have weather and hurricane anxiety. Let us kind of soothe that. So join us over on WCNC Plus in just about 10 minutes. Here's your 7-day forecast locally. Again, lower rain chances every single day as we take a trek toward the weekend. And in fact, a really nice weekend at that, near 90, lower rain chances for the Knights and Charlotte FC back at home.
Brittany, thank you.